5 minutes after 9 o'clock, it is time for Veterans News. Hank Whittier is not in the studio. It looks like Gary Pascale is in the captain's seat. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, veterans. It's good to be here this morning. I know you all miss Hank, but when he's not here, he's working hard on that new Veterans Resource Center for us. He will be here next week, and we will have a full-hour show. And I believe we're going to have a special guest next week, our own Sheriff Blair. So this morning, first time in a long time, I do not have any casualties to report.
Thank the Lord.
Praise God for that. Amen. I never thought I'd hear myself say that on the air, but thank you, Lord, for that. But I do want to mention something. February is Black History Month, and I got some soldiers here that I would just like to take just a minute to talk about, and then I'll introduce you to our guest in the studio. But during World War II, initially, there was no Congressional Medal of Honors awarded to African American soldiers. So in 1993, the Army contracted with the University of Raleigh in North Carolina to do a study on there, and to look into this situation. And the university recommended 10 soldiers. Of those 10, 7 were selected. So during this memorial hour, I would just kind of like to read the names of those great soldiers in World War II who did get the nation's highest honor. And I'm going to start with First Lieutenant Vernon J. Baker, Staff Sergeant Edward A. Carter, Jr., First Lieutenant John R. Fox, Private First Class Wiley F. James, Jr., Staff Sergeant Reuben Rivers, Captain Charles L. Thomas, and last but not least, Private George Watson. We want to give special thanks to them, who I'm sure most of them have been on to be with the Lord, but we want to pay homage and respect to these great soldiers, and the Lord bless their families. And, if you know one of them or if you've heard one of them, on a future show or something, call in and let us know, because we'd like to hear. Hurrah. Hurrah. Now, I guess
It's my turn now.
we don't have to do Amazing Grace because we didn't lose anybody, Joe.
That's right.
We can go right out to happy things with this beautiful weather and talk about Bob Wines.
Yeah, Bob Wines, Community Gardens, your gardening expert since 1952. Remember, Bob Wines has all your gardening answers, all your gardening questions. Veterans News is happy that they are a sponsor of this program, Veterans News segment. And when it comes to landscaping, Bob Wines has what you need, everything from small plants to large trees, mulch, fertilizer, and so much more. Haven't finished my coffee yet. My mouth's not working. No comment, please. Bob Wine will deliver, plant, and guarantee their trees. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Remember, if you're a veteran, you get a 10% discount with proper identification. Bob Wines, 629-5766. That's Bob Wines, 629-5766. And we thank him and them over there. It's not just a him, it's her and him and all the other. They have a group that works over there very, very well. And
great group of people, yeah. And Dr. Knapp at the VA, sings their praises all the time.
I got to take a picture of that.
Yeah, well, that's the truth. He loves their plant selection, and Joe, can't give you enough credit, for what you do for the veterans here. If it wasn't for you and WOCA, we wouldn't have a Veterans News Hour. So we want to thank the great folks at WOCA.
Yeah, we're gonna have an hour next week, right?
We got an hour next week, and we're expecting the sheriff to be on here. So we're going to have a good show. Make sure you be listening next week. I imagine they'll be taking calls too, as usual. So
we take calls all the time here.
Get in on that, and and get listening to it.
And speaking of calls, if there's a problem or question, I came up, if I may, a gentleman's dad is a veteran and he's having problems, and he didn't know where to go for answers, so I gave him the Vets Helping Vets phone number. 352-433-2320. That's the correct number there. Again, 433-2320 to get in touch with you gentlemen there, because if they don't have the answers, you guys can get it for them.
We will diligently look for it.
I'm proud to be part of that organization. We're gonna roll forward, Your turn.
We are, and we got a couple people we want to thank. I want to send a thanks out, and I hope you're listening, to Mr. Ed Morgan and the great folks of On Top of the World Entertainment Group for their charitable donation to us of $2,000, and we gratefully appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you, folks, and God bless you.
Got to keep the wheels greased, as they say, huh, Gary?
Right, and also the Stone Creek's Veterans Group, Joe, they brought us probably 4 truckloads, pickup truckloads of food and toilet paper and good things like that this week and last week, and you know, we were really down on the food thing. So thanks to the folks at Stone Creek, and you guys keep up the good work, and we love you, and God bless you.
That's one of the benefits a lot of people don't know, Vets Helping Vets, because I just mentioned the informational end of it that we do. But also, we actually have a kitchen, or a pantry, as you call it, that helps the people that are down and out for a moment. So that's a big thing that's kind of behind the scenes. Where if someone's, if someone, let's say, is getting food stamps, all right, food stamps doesn't cover toilet paper.
No, it
doesn't
sure
cover
don't.
Soap. Doesn't, that's silly to me, but it's like, oh yeah, we'll feed you, but if you got to yourself, well, we're not going to find a leaf. And it was like, whoa. So.
And the same thing with laundry soap,
That's true.
You don't want to send, a lot of these veterans have kids, and, you have to send kids to school with dirty clothes or something, basic things that a lot of us take for granted, we try to handle,
unfortunately, everyone we deal with are veterans.
Yes, we are. And a lot of veterans, believe it or not, are low income, and, they're just making it like a lot of other folks out there. So, what we can do together as veterans to help them, because, the truth is that veteran has nowhere else to go but to other veterans. So, we thank God for what Veterans Helping Veterans does, and I'm proud to be a part of that. Mm-hmm. Also, speaking of Veterans Helping Veterans, the Donnie Harrison Foundation, Donnie was, a great Marine, a hero. He used to be on this show with us all the time. Just a person that I love very dearly. He served in the government, for almost all his life until he retired, and then even then he was still serving veterans. His annual fundraiser is coming up, okay? And, we need some participation in this. Now, March 6th, which is a Sunday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is going to be the registration, and this is going to be at the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Now, this is for the tennis tournament. The entry fee is $150, and it includes tennis, a boxed lunch, reception, appetizers, silent auction, and a cash bar. Now, this is the biggie. On March 7th, which is a Monday, and I know that may be a little bit of an inconvenience to some, but we need to get out there and support this, especially the veterans, okay? It's going to be a golf tournament. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the registration and shotgun start, and that's going to be also at the Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Now, the entry fee to play golf is $150, but that includes your green fees, your cart fees, the range balls, and all that stuff, okay? And also, if you can't play golf and you want to sponsor a hole sponsorship donation is only $100. Now, to get...
You were doing fantastic. You were on a roll, but I have to cut you at the knees.
Oh, okay.
We got to do a break.
Okay, now I'll give you the website when we get back.
All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine for the most part today. Windy and cooler with a high of 63 to 67. Clear and cold Thursday night with lows ranging from the upper 30s in a few inland spots to the mid-40s at the coast. Sunny but cool on Friday, the high 62 to 66. And on Saturday, mostly sunny, still cool, high 64 to 68. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Well, it's been a mild winter, so guess what? The azaleas are bursting in color, and it's only February. Come get yours. Quality Aristocrat azaleas, proudly presented by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. These are budded and blooming. Make that ever-blooming beauties that others sell for $6 and $8 a piece. They're just $3.99 at Bob Wine's. Looking for a real steal on a tree deal? Up to 12 feet tall, some that sold for up to $300 for $30 to $50 at Bob Wine's. Bob has Ocala's largest selection of quality indoor foliage, everything you can imagine inside their huge greenhouse. And by all means, don't miss the Camellia Show Spectacular, now in full bloom. Those quality heirloom camellias, Bob's favorites, just $14.99 at Bob Wine's. Located on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, just a mile east of 441 on Ocala's easy southeast side. Daily till 4, green and growing with Ocala and all of mid-Florida since 1952.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
WWOCA,
WOCA AM 1370
96.3 FM.
Your source for the #1 sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock, let's return to Veterans News. Gary?
I just one more short, brief message, and then I'm going to introduce my guest. I just want to give special thanks to Dr. Knapp again and the folks over at the Ocala VA. I got to go to the Women's Health Fair on Saturday, and it was a big success. Vendors just wall to wall. You know, I'm sure the ladies got a lot of help, and everybody was happy with it. So thanks again for that. I got in the studio with me. I've got.
Wait. Give him the website, please. That's where you left off.
Oh, yes. Joe, what would I do?
Keep him straight.
What would I do without you?
Quite a bit, but that's all right. We'll
we
go
need
there.
to roll backwards, to this great Don Harrison Foundation. And again, I'm reaching out, to my fellow veterans here, especially the ones that play golf. Please support this, Just Donnie was literally, one of the greatest folks I ever met. And, we need your support on this. And this is for charity.
And you can't find that, can you?
I got it.
You got it? Okay, all right.
Matter of fact, I actually know it by heart, but I'm going to read it just so I don't make a mistake like I did with that phone number the other day.
Now, I wasn't going to say that again.
It's get your pencil out. Now that's www.donharrison. That's HARRISON foundation.org. Again, www.donharrisonfoundation.org. Let's do those whole sponsorships, and we need golfers. Only $150. Let's get out there and golf on that beautiful place, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Now
I get to introduce, okay? Professor Bud Beck, who's become, a friend of mine and a well-published author who we got to know through James Sampson, who just likes to be called Sampson. So I hope he don't get mad at me about the James, who's a Marine Corps veteran. And
don't hold that against him.
He kind of started this Broken Wing program that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. But I think he wants to say something about boxing.
Well, we've got a celebrity boxing benefit, as you know, the WOCA is helping us with, and it's April 1st. It's a Friday night, and it has Hank, I guess, started challenging Kathy and Brian are the county commission office. And then next thing I know, at the chili cook-off, I seen Sheriff Blair. I said, we're doing this benefit. He goes, I'm down. He said, there'll be 1,000 people there to see me get beat up. I said, as long as they pay $10 a ticket, we're lock and load. And it's a benefit for the Broken Wing Foundation. And we've asked Professor Beck, an accomplished writer, to try to get some things together this month for the press, for the Star Banner, and anyone else that we can take advantage of to get the word out. And Bud, to talk a little bit about how it's a mutual benefit for the kids that we're helping and the veterans.
Everybody wins with Broken Wing. You've got children without parents. You've got children that are basically on their own in the community, and we pair them up with veterans. A lot of us don't have anything to do anymore. We've moved on from our careers, and we're just sitting around, and you can only play golf so long. And so we go ahead and we tee up. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. But anyway, we've teamed them up with veterans, and it's almost like Big Brother, Big Sister, but better, because we give these kids someone, a real hero to look up to. I mean, they talk about the war, they talk about life, they talk about everything in general. That's what Broken Wing is about, and it's about healing. We heal the children, and we heal the veterans, too. I just want to add one thing about this golfing that's coming up in March. If you've never played out at Golden Ocala, here's an opportunity for you. This is one of the unique golf courses in the entire United States. 18 unique championship holes from some of the greatest golf courses in the world. And here's a chance for you just to go out for a worthy cause and play a great golf course.
I'm not a golfer, but I got to see it. And, from a baseball standpoint, it would be to me like if I was on a high school baseball team getting to play baseball in Yankee Stadium.
Oh, you got me worried there for a minute. Hit the golf ball with the bat.
That's how good that course looks, and the whole atmosphere out there in Golden Ocala. And it's not, the people are friendly towards you. It's going to be a good time out there. So and again, it couldn't be a better cause.
That's it.
Now on this boxing thing, Hank wanted me to make sure, Samson, that we. The ticket prices are $10, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes,
and then
sir.
we have tables. So do you have any tables available?
We've sold 14. We only have 3 left. They're
Okay.
$200, and they get complimentary sandwiches from Formaggio's. They get cannolis. They get coffee. They get alcohol.
You sold me on cannolis. I'm all set. I'm there.
They get complimentary drinks from Fish Hawk Spirits. They have a couple of drinks. That's it. But it's on the house. It's going to be a fun night. Not a fight night, but I think Sheriff Blair, Stan McLean, they're in with some tough cookies.
Oh, yeah. Hammer Hank, or Hank the Hammer. What is it?
Hank the Hammer. Well, he's in with Kathy. He's going to get destroyed.
He's going to get the stripes knocked off of him.
Is Nancy Stacy fighting too?
No, Nancy's a judge.
Oh, she's a judge. Okay,
yes,
okay.
I'm glad you brought that up because we're very fortunate to have Nancy Stacy and Kelly King from the school board. And Chief Graham got a bad wheel from skiing. He busted a knee up. He would have been in the ring too, but he's going to be another one of our judges. And our timekeeper is George Albright.
That little stinker.
We brought in the best.
We got the best.
Now, there are tickets available here at WOCA. Just stop at the front office and
right
Pat's
here at the mall. Great
right
location.
here at the mall. So if you want to go, we've got tickets here for sale.
And if you got such a busy life, you can't get over to us and get tickets, or you can't get over here to Joe and get tickets. Hank wanted me to let you know for sure we're going to have tickets at the door.
Maybe unless we sell out.
Don't be afraid to come if you don't have a ticket, but we do want you to get those tickets in advance. Also, Samson, can you explain the ring sites, the tickets, or the special seats you have that are up a little bit closer, but they're not at the tables?
Well, if you're going to get a ringside seat or a front row seat, they're like $20. But then you have no one walking in front of you, and you're literally sitting in the front row. And they're limited. There's only maybe 80 of them available. And they'll be available at the door. And then, like I say, the ringside tables are a couple $100 donation, and you get all kinds of goodies at the table, complimentary programs and sandwiches. But
that's
just 2 alcoholic beverages is on the house. Then that's it.
Front row seating is $20 in advance. If you come in at the door and there's happen to be a few left over, that's $25
Yes,
at the
sir,
door.
that is correct.
But you can still get the $10 tickets at the door.
General,
Well, I'll be
Don't
outside
wait.
selling those
Don't wait.
tickets for
Don't wait.
$35. Don't worry
Don't
about
wait.
that.
Did you hear this one over
They're
there?
scalping tickets already.
Now, I usually get to sit at a table, but this one I'm not going to be. I'm going to be at the door. So, I hope I got a good view.
Oh, there's no bad view.
There's no bad view.
There's no posts in the way.
Yeah, there's no. In Boston Garden, I actually got a seat once behind a beam, a vertical beam. The seat.
They seen
literally-
you coming.
Oh,
You
no.
literally could just lean forward and kiss the beam. But I was at the Celtics game, so I ended up.
Well, when Hank,
they loved
when
you
Hank
next to you,
fights Kathy, if you can help me out a little bit and maybe take my place at the door, and just let me see maybe one round.
Into the theme song Sledgehammer, so that's
All
gonna
right.
be a fun night. I've been trying to get in touch with Matt Wardell, but he's busy. I've called him 3 or 4 times. I'd like to get a couple of his wonderful musicians over there because I heard that orchestra they got. I haven't heard it. It's fantastic.
No, you can't have that.
I'd
No
like
room.
to get a brass. Well, no, I could not the orchestra. Just a few brass pieces to kick out some Motown and get the theme. We want David Moore coming into Shotgun, the old Motown scene.
Call Les Muncaster. He's got the Kingdom of the Sun concert band. They've got plenty of horns.
That's what we need.
And he's a vet. He's a vet.
Who was this?
Les Muncaster from the Kingdom of the Sun concert band.
There you go.
He's great. He used to do a lot of stuff for the Salvation Army.
And
for
if you
us.
want- if you wanna meet
he's
him-
just a great guy.
If you want to meet him, he's there this Saturday at the MIT or
At
MTI?
the MTI, yeah.
MTI, they have a concert?
At
They're doing
1
a-
o'clock.
Yeah,
1 o'clock.
Both Saturday and Sunday. They're doing
It's a Saturday?
Yep, this Saturday.
St. Patrick's
this
Day.
Saturday.
You don't realize what a
his
problem
last
you
name?
just solved, Larry.
Lex, what's the last name?
Les Muncaster.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. We solved that on the air.
Joe
right
should
here.
have. Larry probably has contact information.
Yeah.
He's going to be there, so you just show up
I can give you-
Saturday.
I can give you his
You
number.
hook me up with him?
Yeah, okay. I can give you his number, okay?
This is-
I'm going
Okay.
to give you a flyer.
Okay, all right.
Also,
What a show. What a radio show.
I
We
tell you
solve
what.
all the problems.
We sure
You're
do.
at the source, remember?
That's right.
There
This is
we
the
go.
source.
who is Anthony James going to be fighting?
Anthony James is going up against Pete Brigham from the state's
Pete
attorney's office. This guy's
Oh, my.
6'2".
Two people I love very much.
But
are
have
gonna
you
be
seen
fighting each
who's
other.
6'2"?
Pete Brigham.
How tall is Anthony? 6'2" or 6'4"?
No, 6'4", 305.
Yeah, he's a little bigger.
They've been working out.
Of course, Pete Brigham's in good shape now. And who's the sheriff fighting?
Baby Cakes, Jay Bork, which unfortunately he's
happened?
in trouble with him. Well, he got his name. I texted a girl, Joy, who's a sweetie pie one morning. Good morning, Baby Cakes XO, hug, kiss. And by accident, I hit Jay the heavyweight.
Oh,
Of course,
no.
I was immediately called, and what the heck are you calling me? I'll knock you out. You ever call me that in public? You got a fighter for me this Saturday? And I had a show coming up, and he was on it. And I said, yeah, I got a guy for you. I'll see you Saturday, Baby Cakes. You son of a beach, he says. He starts talking. And then, of course, we introduced I told the story to the crowd, and then the announcer, when he came out of the dressing room, said, "Are we ready for some cake?" And then it started. And then he fought. It was awesome.
The sheriff looks
we have a
pretty
minute,
tough, though. I don't know. He's got them
Well,
boxing.
Don
kinda
Spockman
eyes,
over at the what is that 8th Street? Yeah, he
We
says.
have a very, I'm going to interrupt, but we have a very quick
Phone call.
And this is a
You'll
20-second phone call.
You'll need your headset in order to hear the
So
call.
got to go quick. Go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Yes, very quickly. Where is the location of celebrity boxing?
Where is it? Where's the boxing?
Good.
Okay, it's going to be at the Livestock Pavilion right there on Jacksonville Road. Now, not in the main pavilion, but that building just off to the
arena,
right.
yeah.
And it's going to be indoor, heat, air conditioning, the whole works. It's a great setting for a boxing event.
Less than a minute.
Okay, we have a little less than a minute.
We got a
so
shuttle service if it rains too. We got 4 shuttle buggies. So if you're out
if you park, you can come in.
park, we pull out, we grab all ears and
Yeah,
drive.
you
us
do
right
not want to miss this event.
This is
trust
gonna be
me.
good. This
I
is-
was never a boxing fan, and Samson's got me hooked on these amateur events. He's got me too. Of course, I've always been ringside, and again, I'm going to be at the door for this one.
He keeps saying that.
I'm looking
I'll
forward.
bring my binoculars
I'm
just for
looking
you.
forward for this one. And what about the rumor that is it true that Kathy Bryan is a mixed martial arts expert and all that?
Oh, her corner's 2 black belts.
All right,
Oh,
gentlemen,
right.
right now
Hank,
I like to
we
close
can't
it out.
let Hank. We can't let
You
Hank.
got 10
get hurt.
seconds. Close it
All
out.
right, as Hank would say, God bless America.
Fox Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Tonight's the final GOP debate before Super Tuesday.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz is hoping to use this Houston homecoming as a springboard, a strong debate leading to a string of successes next week.
Super Tuesday, I believe, will be the single most important day of this entire presidential election.
Cruz is likely to face attacks from delegate-leading frontrunner Donald Trump, who has been painting Cruz as a liar.
Fox Radio's Jared Halpern. Islamic State supporters allegedly making threats against social media giants for combating terrorism on their internet platforms.
This 25-minute propaganda video includes pictures of Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg and Twitter founder Jack Dorsey covered by bullet holes.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. Members of the Virginia National Guard on active duty after powerful storms which killed 4. And first-time jobless claims for last week up 10,000 to 272,000. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some